President-elect Donald Trump recently held a phone conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin, discussing the ongoing war in Ukraine and exploring options for peace in Europe, according to the Washington Post.
U.S. President-elect Donald Trump spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin in recent days. A source familiar with the call told Reuters on Sunday that Trump advised Putin not to escalate the Ukraine war. The billionaire also spoke with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky on Wednesday. Ukraine's foreign ministry said it was not informed in advance of the call between Trump and Putin and therefore could neither endorse or object to it. The Russian embassy in Washington did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Trump will take office in January after winning the November 5th presidential election. His call with Putin comes as President Joe Biden plans to urge Trump not to abandon Kyiv. Biden told reporters he will meet with Trump on Wednesday at the White House. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said on Sunday that Biden's top message will be his commitment to ensure a peaceful transfer of power. He will also talk to Trump about what's happening in Europe, in Asia, and the Middle East. Congress appropriated over $174 billion to support Ukraine under Biden, according to the Government Accountability Office. Trump has been critical of the scale of that military and financial support, and he has said Putin would have never invaded Ukraine if he had been president at the time. On the campaign trail, he vowed to end the war quickly if elected, without saying how. He told Reuters Ukraine may have to cede territory to reach a peace agreement, something the Ukrainians reject and Biden has never suggested.
A vital part of Democrat Kamala Harris's presidential campaign was tapping into the groundswell of women's anger and political activism unleashed by the U.S. Supreme Court's 2022 decision overturning the federal right to abortion. But the issue failed to drive the turnout the vice president needed. This report breaks this down for us.
They are out of their minds.
In her race for the White House, Kamala Harris had hoped to tap into anger about the U.S. Supreme Court's decision to overturn the federal right to abortion 2 years ago.
Why exactly is it that they don't trust women?
But the issue did not drive the turnout the Democratic vice president needed to win. According to an Edison Research exit poll, nearly a third of voters said the economy was their top issue. Only 14% said it was abortion. And while women voters did prefer Harris over Republican Donald Trump, 53% to 45%, she captured a smaller share of women voters compared to what President Joe Biden received in 2020. Trump also improved on his share of women voters by 3 percentage points compared to 2020. The conservative court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade in 2022 triggered a wave of restrictive abortion laws in Republican-controlled states. Before Tuesday, 7 states put the issue of abortion rights directly to voters. Abortion rights campaigns won every time.
He brags about overturning Roe v. Wade. In his own words, quote, "I did it and I'm proud to have done it."
In her campaign, Harris said Trump would roll back access to reproductive health care and promised to bring back a federal law restoring abortion rights nationwide. For his part, Trump has said, leave the issue to the states.
And I did that. Now the states are voting.
Exit polls showed more voters said they trusted Harris compared to Trump on the issue of abortion. But election results showed some felt they could support abortion rights and Trump at the same time. He won in both Missouri and Florida, states where abortion rights ballot measures received a majority of support, although the Florida vote fell short of the 60% threshold needed to pass. For the next 4 years, it appears abortion laws will likely remain a state-by-state patchwork. Abortion rights advocates say state-level elections will become all the more important to preserving abortion access under Trump. That includes elections for state Supreme Court judges and constitutional officers.
We love babies, yes we do!
Meanwhile, some anti-abortion groups say they're keen to push for new policies under the next Trump administration, which begins on January 20th.